Your period of waiting is not the concluding chapter. The home you have longed for and the freedom symbolized by that luxury vehicle are no longer distant visions in your mind. Today, I urge you to rise from discouragement. Let go of the fear that has shadowed you and prepare your heart for a new season. If you found peace, strength, or encouragement through this message, please subscribe. And may God continue to bless and guide you every day. You have questioned whether your prayers reached heaven. You have wondered if the years of struggle have altered my promise. But I assure you, the delay does not equate to abandonment. During your wait, I was fortifying your faith, guiding your steps, and teaching you how to identify the doors that bring my peace. I have witnessed each moment when you looked at your current circumstances and silently asked, "Lord, will my life ever change?" I heard your prayers for a safe haven, a space where your family could find rest without fear and the provision necessary for living with dignity. I noticed the financial pressures that delayed your plans, and I saw how often you smiled in public while bearing questions that no one else could comprehend. You were not forgotten. The home represented in this message signifies more than mere walls, rooms, and a roof. It symbolizes stability after a period of uncertainty, peace after restless nights, and a sanctuary free from the control of former fears. The vehicle symbolizes movement, access, and the capability to seize opportunities that once appeared unattainable. Nonetheless, before you receive anything external, I am restoring something profound within you. The courage to believe that your circumstances can transform. Isaiah 43 verse 19 declares, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" This new thing does not always manifest as something tangible. Sometimes it begins as renewed strength, an unexpected conversation, an idea that demands your attention, a responsible decision, or a door that opens after many others have closed. Pay attention to what brings clarity instead of confusion. Focus on opportunities that do not compel you to compromise your values. Listen to those who offer wisdom rather than pressure. My provision will never require you to relinquish your discernment when making decisions about a home, vehicle, contract, loan, or investment. Scrutinize every document carefully. Ask questions. Verify the details. Seek dependable advice. Faith and wisdom are not adversaries. Wisdom safeguards what faith is preparing you to receive. There have been moments when disappointment conditioned you to anticipate rejection. You began to shield yourself by believing less, hoping less, and asking for less. You convinced yourself that contentment required you to abandon every dream. However, genuine contentment does not demand you abandon faith and growth. Rather, it grants you peace as you await it. Today, I am breaking the bond you forged with hopelessness. If you are ready to release the belief that nothing will ever change, declare in the comments, "I trust God with my new beginning." Let this declaration serve as a reminder to your heart that fear will no longer dictate the narrative of your future. You have compared your life to those who seem to advance at a faster pace. You have witnessed others acquire homes, drive new vehicles, celebrate promotions, and enter into seasons you have fervently hoped to experience. In silence, you questioned whether their progress was evidence of your being overlooked. However, comparison reveals only the visible results, never the entire journey. You are unaware of the burdens others carry, just as they do not know the battles you have fought and survived. Your path is not late simply because it diverges from others. There are matters I have shielded you from by preventing them from arriving prematurely. A home obtained without proper preparation can become a burden. A vehicle selected solely to impress can create financial strain. An opportunity accepted out of desperation can rob the peace it promised. I am not inviting you into an illusion of prosperity. I am teaching you to construct a life where provision has purpose, peace has roots, and blessings are managed with gratitude. Begin your preparation now. Organize what has been neglected. Review your finances with honesty. Alleviate unnecessary burdens where feasible. Keep essential documents orderly. Understand the responsibilities that come with ownership. Pray before making commitments, but also read what you are signing. Do not allow urgency, flattery, or emotional pressure to coerce you into unsafe agreements. This preparation is not a sign of doubt in me. It is proof that you are becoming ready to steward what you have requested. The enemy may have tried to convince you that your past mistakes disqualified you permanently. Perhaps you trusted the wrong person. Maybe you made a financial decision you regret. Perhaps you lost something you worked years to build. Yet, failure can become a lesson when surrendered to me. Shame insists you remain where you stumbled, while grace enables you to rise with greater wisdom. Psalm 37, verse 5 states, "Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." Committing your way involves presenting not only your desired outcomes before me, but also your habits, choices, timing, and intentions. I care about the blessing, but I also prioritize the person you are becoming throughout this journey. You have requested a new home, but I am also laying a new foundation within you. You asked for a luxury vehicle, but I am teaching you to move forward free from the constraints of comparison. You sought abundance, yet I am also restoring your ability to recognize that true abundance encompasses peace, health, family, wisdom, purpose, and a clear conscience. Do not overlook the small actions presented to you today. It is time to take that call you have been postponing. Finish the application you set aside. Take the time to thoroughly investigate the opportunity at hand. Develop a strategic plan. Set aside what you can afford to spare. Clear away the remnants of your past season that no longer serve you. Every act of deliberate preparation sends a message to your heart. I refuse to stay defeated for good. As you embark on this journey, I would like to provide you with a valuable resource. Today, you can access the first pinned comment, where link 1 will lead you to the Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a collection of daily decrees for a full year aimed at unlocking God's abundance. This resource is crafted to assist you in cultivating a daily routine of faith, reflection, and purposeful affirmations. If you wish to engage more closely with this community and support the ongoing sharing of these messages, you can use link 2 in the same pinned comment to become a member of the channel. View these as opportunities to deepen your journey and make choices that resonate with your path. Now, take a moment to breathe and allow your heart to settle. The most significant sign that transformation has begun may not be the key you receive today. It might be the sense of peace welling up within you after a prolonged period of anxiety. It might manifest as the bravery to confront your situation honestly without succumbing to despair. It could reveal itself through the understanding that your future is not shackled by the past. There is a reordering taking place within you. Your expectations are being refined. Your ability to discern is sharpening. Your hands are being ready to handle what you have prayed for. As this new foundation is built, You will start to grasp why certain doors stayed closed and which door is now deserving of your faith, preparation, and next courageous action. A door that merits your faith may not always announce itself with fanfare. At times, it arrives quietly, disguised as a simple conversation, a refreshed idea, or an opportunity you might almost overlook because it doesn't align with your expectations. You have been searching for a grand sign, but I am guiding you to recognize the subtle direction of my wisdom. There exists a distinction between a door that stirs excitement and one that aligns with your true purpose. One may provoke feelings of urgency, desperation, and fear of missing out, while the other, though requiring bravery, will enable you to think clearly, pose questions, and act with integrity. Do not mistake pressure for divine urgency. What comes from me will not require deceit to capture your attention. You may soon encounter decisions related to your finances, career, living situation, or future steps. Some options may appear impressive on the surface, yet conceal burdens underneath. Conversely, others may seem modest initially, but lay the groundwork for lasting progress. This is why discernment must accompany desire. You do not need every opportunity that presents itself. You need the right one. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 states, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths." Note that direction follows acknowledgement. Before you respond, take a moment to pause. Before you commit, pray. Before you celebrate an offer, scrutinize it. Present the entirety of your decision to me, including aspects you may wish for my approval. There was a time when you believed that having more would resolve every internal conflict, but abundance devoid of peace can become yet another form of bondage. A beautiful home will not mend a heart that is never allowed respite. A luxury vehicle cannot whisk you away from unresolved fears. Material provisions have their rightful place, but were never intended to define you. Your identity is not dictated by the address where you reside, the vehicle you drive, or the figures in your bank account. You belong to me before any external transformation takes place. When this truth takes root in you, possessions will cease to dictate your self-worth. You will be able to receive with gratitude, manage with wisdom, and let go of what no longer serves your purpose. This is the freedom I desire for you. I wish for you to enter a new home without dragging old resentments into every corner. I want you to enjoy a reliable and beautiful vehicle without feeling the need to prove anything to those who doubted you. I yearn for you to witness improvement without letting pride replace your prayers. Blessings are safest in hands that remember their intended purpose. Reflect on the emotional burden you have been carrying. Have you envisioned your future merely as a way to silence critics? Have you aspired to prosperity out of a quest for peace, or to make others regret their underestimation of you? These questions are not meant to cast judgment, but serve as invitations to clarify your intentions. You do not need revenge dressed as success. You do not need wealth to validate your worthiness. You do not require public acknowledgement to prove my faithfulness. Allow your future to become a testament of restoration rather than a performance crafted for those who have hurt you. The individual who rejected you does not deserve to dictate the reasons for your rise. Those who scoffed at your dreams should not dictate your decisions. Your next season is far too precious to be shaped by the opinions of the past. If this resonates with the quiet struggle within your heart, write, My blessing will carry peace in the comments. Let these words serve as your declaration that you refuse to exchange spiritual peace for mere appearances. Moreover, it is crucial to understand that the release you have been praying for may unfold as a process rather than an isolated event. One opportunity can lead to another. A disciplined decision can create space for future gains. A new skill can enhance your earning potential. Mending a relationship can provide reliable guidance. Reducing expenses can open the door for savings. A humble beginning can pave the way for greater achievements. Do not dismiss the seed simply because you are asking for the harvest. When Elijah petitioned for rain after an extended drought, his servant only caught sight of a small cloud, no larger than a man's hand. However, that seemingly minor indication heralded a significant downpour, as documented in 1 Kings 18. This passage does not suggest that every coincidence should be interpreted as a certitude. Rather, it encourages you not to underestimate a humble beginning simply due to its modest appearance. What small endeavor is already within your grasp? Perhaps it involves formulating a realistic budget instead of turning a blind eye to the numbers. Perhaps it means reaching out to a qualified expert to explore your options. Maybe it entails responsibly improving your credit, alleviating a financial burden, researching a neighborhood, or comprehending the true costs associated with ownership. It could also involve applying for a job, developing a service, or revisiting an idea that fear led you to abandon. Do not confuse practical preparations with a lack of faith. Noah heeded the warning and took action by building. Joseph interpreted the dream and organized the necessary resources. As Jesus described, the wise builder established his house upon a solid rock. Faith that shuns wisdom opens itself to manipulation, whereas faith imbued with wisdom remains steadfast. Exercise caution with anyone who promises guaranteed wealth, demands immediate payment, requests secrecy, or suggests that questioning them is a sign of disbelief. You have the right to investigate. You are allowed to say no. You may seek legal or financial advice before committing to any agreements. My voice welcomes honest inquiry. As you cultivate this discernment, you will witness a significant transformation. Anxiety will no longer dictate your decisions. Instead of hastily agreeing out of fear that another opportunity may not present itself, you will adopt a willingness to await what is responsible, truthful, and aligned. This willingness is a sign of maturity. The former version of you pursued anything that resembled relief. The individual you are becoming recognizes the distinction between relief and restoration. While relief temporarily alleviates pressure, restoration lays down a lasting foundation. The home you aspire to create should be a sanctuary of restoration. Envision the atmosphere you wish to foster there. Imagine conversations filled with respect, meals shared in gratitude, prayers uttered without fear, and rest that transcends mere sleep. Reflect on the people you wish to welcome. Contemplate the habits you want to cultivate. You are not merely preparing to occupy a space. You are preparing to nurture an environment. The same applies to the vehicle you desire. It is more than a status symbol. It can serve as a practical instrument of freedom, enabling you to work, care for family, serve others, travel safely, and seize opportunities. When purpose drives desire, prosperity becomes truly meaningful. For those seeking daily encouragement, while embracing this new mindset, a unique opportunity is available today in the first pinned comment. Link 1 leads to the ebook, The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, which offers 365 days of affirmations to unlock God's abundance as a gift for your spiritual journey. Utilize it to enhance your daily reflections and keep your heart centered as you prepare. Link 2 is available if you wish to become a member of this channel and engage more closely with this community of faith. Now, refocus your attention on the decision confronting you. You have sought guidance for the path ahead. However, when clarity arrives, it may necessitate releasing something familiar. It might compel you to cease revisiting the same patterns, the same excuses, or the same fearful relationships. The next opportunity will not only reveal what you can gain, but also what you must be willing to leave behind. This is where the deeper struggle begins. Before stepping into a new home, you must acknowledge the invisible burdens that have been attempting to follow you through each threshold. That invisible weight has a name. It is the fear that insists every new beginning will mirror past disappointments. It is the memory of a door that closed when you so fervently believed it would open. It is the voice of someone who repeatedly dismissed your aspirations as unrealistic, who suggested that prosperity was meant for others and that you should accept a life less than what resides in your heart. You may have physically left certain places, yet emotionally you still inhabit them. You altered your environment, yet the old voices still echo in your mind. You distanced yourself from those who belittled you, yet their judgments linger in your thoughts. Though you survived the season, a part of you remained expectant of the same pain's return. I do not raise this wound to shame you. Rather, I bring it to light because that which remains concealed can continue to influence your decisions. Fear has led you to dismiss opportunities before they had the chance to flourish. It has conditioned you to interpret every delay as failure. It has confused caution with paralysis and humility with unworthiness. However, you were not destined to remain forever imprisoned by your past. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 asserts, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." A sound mind does not ignore challenges. It perceives clearly without succumbing to panic. It acknowledges risk without allowing it to extinguish all possibilities. It heeds wise counsel while rejecting voices rooted in shame. The battle before you extends beyond merely acquiring a home or obtaining the means to drive an attractive vehicle. It is about achieving the freedom to embrace a new season without sabotaging it. If your heart continues to anticipate loss, you may resist stability when it finally appears. If you believe you are unworthy, you may settle for unjust circumstances, thinking you cannot seek better. If you are driven by urgency, you may hastily opt for the first available choice rather than the one that offers responsible peace. This is why healing is an integral part of preparation. Reflect on the words you utter when no one is around to hear them. Do you ever find yourself lamenting, "Nothing ever works out for me"? Do you proclaim, "I will always face challenges"? Do you believe that individuals like me can never succeed? Though such statements may appear to be mere expressions of frustration, their repetition can entrench the very hopelessness you seek to escape. I'm not suggesting you overlook reality or act as if bills do not exist. What I am encouraging you to do is refrain from defining a temporary circumstance as a permanent identity. While you might be experiencing financial strain, you are not merely defined by that pressure. You might have faced rejection, but you are not synonymous with that rejection. You may have committed errors, yet those mistakes do not encompass your entire being. Counter the fears that have spoken so loudly in your life with affirmations of truth. Proclaim, I can learn what I have yet to master. Proclaim, I possess the capacity to rebuild with patience and insight. Proclaim, my past can guide me without controlling me. Proclaim, I remain under divine guidance in my journey. If you are ready to release the burdens of yesterday and embrace each new opportunity, feel free to express in the comments, I release the weight of the past. Please do not view this as a magical incantation. Rather, consider it a conscious declaration of your choice to prioritize faith, accountability, and emotional liberation over the familiar narrative of defeat. Additionally, it may be necessary to establish clearer boundaries in certain relationships. Not everyone who enters your life should be privy to your plans. Some individuals respond to your aspirations with encouragement and insightful advice, while others may react with skepticism, manipulation, or persistent doubt. You do not need to share every evolving opportunity before it has been thoroughly considered. Safeguarding a plan during its formative stages is not an act of dishonesty. It demonstrates discernment. As stated in Matthew 7, verse 6, Jesus advises against casting pearls before swine. This instruction does not grant you the freedom to regard others with disdain. Rather, it serves as a reminder that valuable matters require careful handling. Your renewed hope is of great value,